Hello everyone, welcome to How Fix It. If the screen on your iPhone 13 Pro is cracked, unresponsive, or not displaying correctly, this video will guide you through replacing it and calibrating the new screen to resolve issues like the important display message or unknown part notification. Before we begin, let's go over the tools you'll need. A screwdriver set, plastic pry tools, tweezers, a suction cup, the screen disassembly tool, and waterproof sealing tape. Links to all tools and parts are in the video description below. For the best results, I advise using a magnetic mat to organize screws and small parts throughout the disassembly process, especially for repairing a device like an iPhone 13 Pro. This will make the reassembly much easier, and you don't have to worry about the screws getting lost. They will all securely adhere to the magnetic mat. So, let's get started. Power off your iPhone. Using the Penelope 0.8mm screwdriver, remove the two screws located at the bottom of the iPhone, next to the charging port. Using a hairdryer or a heat gun, apply heat to the bottom edge of the iPhone for about 1 minute. This softens the adhesive, making it easier to separate the screen. Be cautious not to overheat the phone. Attach a suction cup near the bottom edge, pull up gently, and insert the blade edge into the gap. Apply firm, steady pressure to create a slight gap between the screen and the body. If the screen is cracked, cover it with packing tape to contain any broken glass and make a better grip for the suction cup. Insert a plastic spudger into the gap to begin separating the screen from the adhesive. If the adhesive is stubborn, apply more heat. Carefully slide the plastic spudger around the edges of the iPhone to separate the adhesive seal, taking extra care not to insert the spudger deeply to avoid damaging internal components. Next, heat the top edge of the iPhone. This step is crucial as the adhesive near the front sensors is particularly strong. Gently slide the spudger around the top right corner. Be careful not to insert the spudger more than 3mm to avoid damaging the sensors. If your screen is cracked, wearing safety glasses is also a good idea to protect your eyes from loose glass. Gently open the iPhone like a book, but don't fully separate the screen yet. Ribbon cables are still connected. Remove the screws securing the battery and display connector covers. Use a plastic spudger to pry the battery and display connectors up from their sockets on the logic board. Remove the screen. If you wish to save the Face ID function on your iPhone, you'll need to transfer this flex cable with the front sensors from the old screen to a new one. Remove the 3 screws holding the sensors bracket in place using a Tri-Wing 0.8mm screwdriver. Apply heat to the front sensor area for about 60 seconds to soften the adhesive. Be careful not to overheat, as the display is sensitive to heat. Use tweezers to gently pry the ambient light and proximity sensor from their recesses in the screen. Take your time to avoid damaging these components. If the adhesive has cooled, reheat the area before proceeding. carefully remove the sensor flex cable from the old screen. You can now proceed with replacing the screen. I have provided links to the new screen for the iPhone 13 Pro in the video description below. When installing the flex cable onto the new screen, align the sensors correctly in their slots and use adhesive tape to secure the flex cable. Use double-sided adhesive tape to stick any sections of the flex cable that are no longer sticky. If any adhesive is left on the flex cable, heat it with a hair dryer to get better adhesion. Before sealing the phone, reconnect the display cable and battery and power on the iPhone to test the new screen. After turning it on, you may see a message about the display not being genuine or an unknown part message. To remove this message, you will need to calibrate your new screen using Repair Assistant. Go to Settings, select General, and then open the About section. Look for a new section called Parts and Service History. If you don't see this section, make sure your iPhone is updated to iOS 15.2 or later. Tap Restart and Finish Repair to launch the Repair Assistant. Ensure your device is connected to Wi-Fi and has over 20% battery to complete the calibration process. After the reboot, the Repair Assistant will appear. Tap Continue, then select a Wi-Fi network on the next screen. The configuration phase will begin and may take several minutes. Once calibration is complete, tap Restart to finalize the repair process and resume using your iPhone. Afterward, return to the Parts and Service History section. Following successful calibration, you'll see either genuine or used displayed next to the part. If you're unable to finish the repair with a Repair Assistant, here are some tips that can solve this problem. Make sure that your device is connected to the internet using a stable Wi-Fi connection. Make sure that your device has more than 20% battery. Restart your device and try to follow the steps again to finish the repair. Make sure the replacement part is installed correctly. Reconnect the replaced module and try to follow the steps again. Replacement module from a third-party supplier. Not every third-party parts manufacturer can guarantee the successful completion of Repair Assistant. Although you can see the message that this part is not functioning as expected, you can continue using your iPhone. But your replacement module will have an unknown status in the Parts and Service History section. Replacement module protected by Activation Lock. If you reuse a replacement module from an iPhone that's protected by Activation Lock, which means this module is still linked to the previous owner's Apple account, you need to authenticate with the Apple account used with the previous device to finish the repair. When using Repair Assistant to finish the repair, you'll be asked to enter the email address or phone number and password that was used to set up the previous owner's iPhone paired with this module to unlock it. If you don't finish the Repair Assistant, you can continue using your iPhone, but the part might not perform as well as a calibrated part, and your replacement module will have an unknown status in the Parts and Service History section. After confirming the new screen is working, let's proceed with restoring water resistance. Remove any old adhesive from the frame. Use isopropyl alcohol and a cotton swab to remove any remaining smaller bits of adhesive. This is also important for better adhesion of waterproof sealing tape. Carefully align the adhesive sealing tape with the iPhone frame and press it into place with a spudger. Grab the small pull tab and peel off the front liner from the adhesive. First, connect the display cables and then connect the battery cable. Press the display down around the entire perimeter to secure it. Fasten the final 2 screws near the charging port. If you found this guide helpful, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more tech tips and guides. Visit our website for in-depth insights and do-it-yourself guides. Remember, every tech challenge is an opportunity to learn and grow. The iPhone 13 Pro screen repair is complete. Thank you for watching How Fix It, and see you in the next video.